Soon, a celestial event will paint the North American sky with mystery and wonder. It's the Great American Eclipse, promising unforgettable moments as the sun hides behind the moon. This phenomenon will be extraordinary, with the moon closest to the Earth, magnifying its appearance and extending totality for up to 4 minutes and 28 seconds. The path of the eclipse will cross North America, touching Mexico, the United States, and Canada, offering a rare opportunity to observe this celestial spectacle directly. It is estimated that around 32 million people live in the zone of totality, and all of them can enjoy the spectacle simply by opening the door. But they will be joined by at least 70 million Mexican, American, and Canadian tourists. Millions are preparing to travel and witness this marvel, with the moon's shadow touching densely populated areas, promising an unprecedented event. But wait a minute. Before we delve into the description of this historic event, it would be wise to familiarize ourselves with some basic knowledge of astronomy, just enough to understand the significance of what is about to happen. Guys, just a moment before we continue. Don't forget to join the Don't Die Before You See This channel. Click on the bell. It helps us make ever higher quality products. Solar eclipses occur when the moon passes between the Earth and the Sun, partially or completely covering the solar disk. This only occurs during the new moon phase and requires precise alignment of the 3 celestial bodies. This alignment only happens when the moon is in conjunction with the Sun and close to a node in its orbit around the Earth. If the lunar orbit were in the same plane as the ecliptic, we would have total eclipses on every full moon. But due to the inclination of the lunar orbit in relation to the ecliptic, perfect alignments are rare. In practice, during conjunction, the moon, when observed from Earth, passes extremely close to the north or south of the solar disk. The truly crucial factor for the occurrence of an eclipse, whether partial or total, is that our satellite is passing through one of the intersection points of the 2 orbital planes. Only when all these conditions are present does the cone of shadow created by the sunlight hitting the moon have the opportunity to touch the Earth's surface, resulting in part of it being darkened. If we are discussing the possibility and not the certainty, it is because of the variable length of the cone, oscillating between 367,300 and 379,800 kilometers, due to the eccentricity of the Earth's orbit, which is always less than the average distance between the Earth and the Moon, which is 384,400 kilometers. This means that the Moon's shadow only reaches the Earth when our satellite is close to perigee. This condition is essential for a solar eclipse. Otherwise, because the Moon's shadow is too short, it only results in an annular eclipse. Understanding this, it becomes clear that the part of the shadow cone destined to reach the Earth's surface will be greater the shorter the Earth-Moon distance, and the greater the distance between the Moon and the Sun at that time. During the April 8th eclipse, the Moon will reach perigee, increasing its diameter by 5.5%. The section of the shadow cone on Earth never exceeds 267 kilometers in diameter, average 120 kilometers, while the penumbra, where the Sun is partially eclipsed, averages 6,400 kilometers. The width of the shadow is linked to the duration of totality, which rarely exceeds 7 minutes. The shadow moves rapidly from west to east at more than 2,000 kilometers per hour. The path of totality can be more than 15,000 kilometers long. On April 8th, NOCTIS, Mexico, will have the longest duration of totality, 4 minutes and 28 seconds, with a high probability of clear skies. The average total solar eclipse at a point on Earth is 375 years, with 2 to 5 solar eclipses per year globally, but in 72% of cases, only 2 occur. The maximum duration of totality can reach 7.5 minutes, as on July 16, 2186, but is usually 2 to 3 minutes. Among the total eclipses up to 4,000, only 33 exceed 7 minutes. Considering the partial phases, the total duration of a solar eclipse can exceed 4 hours, with a record of 4.44 hours on December 14, 1955. The maximum duration of an annular eclipse is 12.5 minutes. The solar eclipse of April 8, 2024 will begin over the southern Pacific Ocean and cross Mexico, the United States, and Canada. Totality will occur in Texas at 13:27 Central Daylight Time and end in Maine at 15:35 Eastern Daylight Time. Mazatlan, Mexico, will have up to 4 minutes and 20 seconds of totality. In Texas, cities like Dallas and Waco offer great conditions for observing, with special events and educational activities. In Arkansas, St. Louis will be close to the trajectory. Carbondale, Illinois, will have totality at 13:59 Central Daylight Time. In Indianapolis, Cleveland, and other cities along the way, the eclipse will be visible. Metropolitan areas along the route include Cincinnati, Detroit, and Pittsburgh. Heavy traffic is expected on the morning of April 8, 2024. At Niagara Falls, it will be a picturesque spectacle for photographers. Other cities include Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Burlington, and Presque Isle. New York, Boston, Washington, D.C., and Philadelphia will be 300 kilometers from the path of totality, so only a partial eclipse will be visible. Being out of the shadow's path can nullify the magic of the eclipse. During a period of maximum solar activity, the sun's corona will appear larger and more turbulent. In Canada, Montreal will barely touch the path of totality. The line crosses northern Maine and Canada's maritime provinces, including New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland. In Hamilton, the peak of totality will occur at 3:19 p.m., lasting 2 minutes and 27 seconds.